Basically infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live!
And we're back!
I didn't do the finger countdown, but welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm Wes, this guy's David, and between the two of us, we're still funking up the neighborhood. So,
funking up the neighborhood. You cannot be dissatisfied with life listening to that song.
I love that. I love that song. It's like, it sticks in your head. You'll be singing that all day long.
It does. Yeah.
So
My daughter, my 8-year-old daughter loves it.
your 8-year-old daughter loves funking up the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Funking up the neighborhood.
My kids love it, but only because they're so gassy. But dead joke. But thank you, MFB, for
Oh,
that
man.
song. For everybody watching or listening, check out, go look for the MFB on Facebook and YouTube. You can download their albums from iTunes.
Well,
Wherever you download
I
music,
bought it
pretty much
through
everywhere.
Amazon.
Yeah.
I bought the whole album on Amazon's whatever service they have, and it's I've been listening through it. There's a couple of them that I can't play on here, but they're still good songs. DTF means what you think it means, and maybe not the best thing for public consumption on a business podcast, but
This is still a family show to some degree, to some extent.
Yes, speaking of family show to some degree, tell me about your hooch you're drinking tonight.
My hooch. Well, tonight I'm actually drinking. Let's see, I got a couple empty cans here. I'm drinking Gucci Good News from Seventh Son Brewery. This is actually a collaboration between Seventh Son, it's a local brewery here in Columbus, Ohio, and Upper Cup Coffee Company, which is also based here in Columbus. But it's to benefit Charity Newsies. So you can drink and support charity at the same time. I'm for it.
Drink and do good.
Exactly. What about you? What do you drink?
That really should have been the Lannisters' motto.
Drink and do
Not
good.
a Lannister always pays his debts, but drink and do good.
Well, only
Or
one Lannister ever did.
Drink and slaughter people.
So we should do a whole segment on just Game of Thrones references. That's
we should see which one, and we need a person to take account of how many Harry Potter references we can get in, and literally just challenge ourselves in a night. All right, this week we're going to do Harry Potter references. Next week we're going to do Top Gun references. I mean, come on, that was rife with it.
wow. Okay.
It could be good. And then even better one. We really want to challenge ourselves. There's a movie called Amadeus. I think it's from either the 80s or maybe the early 90s.
The Mozart?
About Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And to really challenge ourselves to be able to pull quotes out of a movie like that, or come up to a little something newer. There's a movie called Bottle Shock. It's got Snape in it.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a great movie.
I love that movie. So pulling quotes from obscure movies like that, I think would be a great thing. But for tonight's car program, back to a reference of Top Gear, because we're back thing is from the Top Gear and Grand Tour. So I've talked about them on the show before. I went back and bought 2 6-packs. I got the longboard.
Mm-hmm.
That was empty because it's where it belongs. I was feeling homesick, so I went with my Hofbrauhaus Columbus, liter Stein tonight.
Nothing wrong with that. I got it here.
No. Yeah. Prost.
Prost.
Dead air. We'll drink to dead air.
We always do.
Oh, that's
so
delicious.
you got Kona Brewing. So from Hawaii.
I got Kona, and I brought in the Big Wave Golden Ale too, which, if given the push come to shove, their lager is good. This is a treat. It is absolutely a treat.
There you go.
Now, I got a 6-pack of each of those.
Okay.
Just in case.
In
I
case
found
you might need them all.
I might need them all. There have been those nights, but I found, and again, I can't say enough about this place. It is the Branching Out bottle shop here in Camillus, New York. And man, that selection is just awesome. The young lady in there that runs the place, and then of course you guys have heard me talk about Barley. I got to say hi to Barley again. Now the trick to getting Barley to like you is give him treats. So you buy a bag of treats. The first 2 treats go to Barley. That's just how it works. There's the Underdog Plus. We can't wait to get them on the shelves out here.
So very soon. So, it'll be for sale in New York at that bottle shop. So keep an eye out.
Yeah. So we'll be getting there very soon. But Branching Out bottle shop, I'm telling you, the girl knows her beer.
It's important.
So it's very important. When you have a shop like that, there are places I've been to where they have employees or workers. This person cares about it and is involved in it and actually, when I said, hey, it's Christmas time, I'm thinking something. She's like, oh, I'm just now starting to unbox stuff and get it on the shelf. So next week or the week after, next week, I'll be doing the show from Rochester, New York. The week after that, I'll be doing the show from the Disney Springs.
Yeah, nice.
So that's going to be, I got to find we actually timed dinner and took a day out of the parks on the Wednesday so I could do the podcast and then go off to dinner at Disney Springs. So we'll be doing that live from Disney Springs in 2 weeks from tonight. But Branching Out Bottle Shop.
There you go.
If you're in the area, go to it. Check them out. I don't know what the laws are for shipping, but branchingoutbottleshop.com. We'll put it up there.
There you go.
Reach out to them. See what they got, man. Great place. Great place.
If you're in the Syracuse area, check it out.
Yeah, you're in Central New York. Come check it out. So she actually turned me on to this one here called Warhorse. It's an American light lager.
I like the can design.
I love the can. The can design's really cool. So that's one here for later. And then I love metal. it should be obvious from the collection of guitars and stuff behind me. But we have a collaboration beer, much like what you have here. This one, however, doesn't benefit
anybody.
Well, I mean, the name of this beer is Hellcat, so my brain's skipping. It's skipping. Somebody bumped the record player. This one's between Iron Maiden and Brewdog.
Nice.
Now,
that's
anybody that knows Wes and I, we like Brewdog. It's one of the only IPA beers that we're like, we'll drink that. They're Elvis juice.
Amazing.
It's just delicious. So this is the Brewdog Iron Maiden Hellcat.
That's awesome.
It's an American Pale Ale at 6.0%. That one's going to be a good time to drink.
That's special.
So I've got those to give a shout out to. We've talked about the bottle shop. I think we have a guest tonight, right?
We do. We have a special guest tonight joining us, who's drinking another really cool beer. But tonight's guest,
yes, with an excellent name.
His name is excellent. It's Stevie Evans. And
I was talking about the beer, but
so Stevie Evans is joining us. He's the founder of Big Bentley's Pet Supply. And Stevie, welcome.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So, first things first, what's this beer you're drinking tonight? What's going on?
Well, this is by Country Boy Brewing, and it's called Cougar Bait.
Cougar Bait.
And and I like a good light beer because, I can't really handle too much IPA, even though I will drink it. It just goes down really smooth, and plus it's from Georgetown, Kentucky. So, I like to support local, and so I'm having one of these tonight.
All right,
there you go.
We need to have a quick cut shot of the guy that says that's what she said in here. So this is episode 69. We're talking about Cougar Bait, and it's going down nice and smooth. All right, so give me that button. I'm hitting the button.
It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill.
Stevie's already like, I don't know what came on this show. This is not what I was expecting.
Is going on? So yeah, for anybody that's been out there, and maybe some of the new people that's joining us tonight, we always open our show with what beer or in some cases, what bourbon we're drinking at any given time. Just to kind of talk about something other than business, because you guys have been with us from the beginning, know that one of our things was to not make business so flippin' boring.
Yes.
So one of the best ways to do that is, a little bit of beer. But I think a better way to do it is pets. And that's what Stevie's working with today is the Big Bentley's Pet Supply. So tell us about the business. Tell us about how it got started, where you came up with your idea.
What's your product?
And,
what's your main product right now?
Can you repeat that, please?
We're all over the place. What's your main product right now?
All right. Well, actually, I have two products. I launched my my stain remover first. So I don't know if you can see that, but I launched this product back in July. It is a odor and stain remover for pet messes. So it takes care of blood, vomit, urine, feces, old stains, new stains. It's a bioenzymatic formula. Yeah, so that was my first product. My second product is a urine destroyer. So it's good for dog urine and cat urine. And it's particularly important around this time of the year because, a lot of pets are going to be in the house when it gets cold. They're going to be making messes in the house. So it's just a really good product to have, on hand to take care of some of those messes. So those are my two main products right now. In about a month or so, I'll be expanding my product line. I'm going to do a skunk spray in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do a general pet deodorizer. That way you can literally spray it on your pet's coat, and it'll take care of any odors that could be on their coat. And then I'm going to do I'm going to be doing leashes. I'm going to be doing there's just so many things that I'm kind of going to go into. But I'm basically I'm going to have a product line of about 6 or 7 different items. And yeah, so I'm excited about that and seeing where that takes me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what made you choose the pet niche for this for your first few products?
Well, okay, so it's kind of an interesting story. So my background is in pharmaceuticals. I've been doing pharma for about 10 years. And then, the pandemic hit. I lost my job where I was. It wasn't largely due to the pandemic, just full transparency here. But that gave me the opportunity to go work for another company. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to give them any publicity. But I went and worked for a company that specialized in deodorization. So they would go into apartment complexes, houses, different places that had issues with odor. And they would use these chemicals to deodorize the air and the carpet and, whatever else, the walls, and it was very, very effective. So while I was with this company, I created a pet supply company within the company. Okay, so I was working for a company, and then while I was with that company, I created a new company that was owned by the same company. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But okay, so I did that, and I'm not going to name that company either because I don't want to give it any publicity. But I literally I put the product on Amazon. I did the marketing. I produced the product. I did basically everything that you could do for the business. But the problem is the people who owned the company didn't give me any ownership in it. You see what I'm saying? So then the relationship kind of went sour. And then I decided just to do my own thing. So I said I did it once, and now I'm going to do it 100% on my own. And that's when I created Big Bentley's Pet Supply.
Right. So, David and I, we've mentioned this before. You reach a certain point to where you start thinking to yourself, why am I using my valuable skills to make somebody else rich? Why don't I just do it myself?
Yes. And that's literally what happened. And it's funny because I would have never knew anything about this if I didn't kind of get to the deodorization company. You know what I mean? They kind of I literally took a really negative situation and flipped it into a positive and used it to my advantage. Because while I was there, I made contacts, I did certain things. And I was able to use that knowledge and just literally go out there and do it myself. And it was just pretty, it was pretty easy for me to get it rolling just because I literally just went through all of it. So, I mean, that's kind of how it started.
Right.
Very cool.
So your products are for, the pet niche. I assume, they're safe for pets to be around. You mentioned one that's going to go directly on the coat.
Yes. So all the ingredients that I use They've been approved by Safer Choice. Now I don't. So okay, let me kind of backtrack. So the ingredients that I use, I get them from an outside company that supplies me with the raw materials to make my cleaning solutions. Now they all got SDS sheets and all that to show that they're not toxic or anything anything hazardous in them. The ingredients have been approved by Safer Choice.
Mm-hmm.
And they're biodegradable. And yeah, so they're biodegradable. They're not toxic. They're not hazardous. Of course, I don't want you to drink any of it, because it'd be really nasty. But I put on the label clearly to do not, consume it, oral consumption, all that good stuff. So,
right.
But yeah, I mean, everything's good. And it's just a good, safe, and then plus it's a bioenzymatic. So literally, it just uses bacteria to eat other bacteria. That's basically what it's doing. And
I've seen that episode of The Simpsons, where they started with like the bird, and then they got the cat,
right.
Or they had the lizard, so they got the bird. Then they went to the cat. Then they went to the dog. Then they went to the cheetah. Then they went to a lion. Then they got a dragon. Something along them lines. So we're starting at the bacterial level at this point.
Yes,
so we're gonna get the bacteria. Then we're gonna get a bigger bacteria. Then we're gonna. I've seen this episode.
Don't crash my business right off the bat.
No. It's good stuff. I mean, it's good to actually understand, and that's one of the things that we've talked about. Mm-hmm. And you'll definitely need to sign up and get the toolbox. It's behind an email wall on the Underdog Plus website. West.
Yes. So go to Facebook. Go to the About Us. You'll see a link for Underdog Plus /Journey. I believe it is, and there you can download our entire marketing toolkit. So feel free to go on there and download that, everybody. But
yeah, we go ahead.
No, I was just gonna get back to the product there.
Yeah.
So back to the product though. The as you're saying with the enzymes and the bacteria, that's actually got to be a lot more healthy than chemicals that could be potentially toxic.
Right. And yeah, that's the thing. So there's no bleach.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing toxic in it. Like it literally, you can add the solution to your washing machine,
mm-hmm.
and your tanks and everything will be just fine. It's not going to hurt your lines or anything like that. So and plus you can put it in carpet shampooers.
Mm-hmm.
Both the products can go in.
So just as a thought, now this I understand this is marketed towards pets, but I don't know if you guys have ever been to a full-time or a care facility for elderly people. I mean, there's a pretty distinctive odor, we'll call it. I'm saying we have another marker.
Oh no! Are you trying to say this is what old people smell?
Yeah, hey, look, trust me. I'm gonna flip this like 19 different ways. Like there's so many different applications for this product. It's crazy.
There is, and those are great ideas, but you got to focus your core. You got to bring the core. Go get the toolbox. Talk with Wes. Talk with me. We'll keep you here, and then show you when it's time. And in the business world, you got to make sure you use as many business buzzwords as possible because that's very important. You can chase those adjacent vertical markets once you solidified your core.
Hey, I'm with you.
you gotta verify that you have the bandwidth and then circle back to it.
Exactly.
Right.
And then take a deeper dive and ping me when you're done.
And I'll ping you.
Yeah, you ping.
So we both did the ping at the same time.
Ping.
You drink.
Stevie, where are you selling this product right now?
All right, so I've got it in like 7 locations right now. It will be on my website. My website's currently being built right now. It should be done very soon. So you'll actually be able to just place the order through there. But right now, I have it in a pet store in Lexington called Southern Barker, Lexington, Kentucky. I have it in a Southern States in Lexington, Kentucky, which that could actually turn out to be a big deal because if I can keep getting people out there and keep supporting the brand, they'll actually make me a vendor, like an official vendor,
nice.
and not have the opportunity to be in all the Southern states, which would be absolutely amazing. Then I'm also in Pet Once J-Town, That's in Louisville, off Taylorsville Road.
Mm-hmm.
The owner's super nice. You know, kind of the way their business is they're like franchises. So he can make his own decisions as far as like what inventory he buys and stuff. And he took a chance on me and let me get my product in his store. He only has the stain remover right now. I need to give him a call and see if I can get my urine destroyer in there as well. I have it at a little consignment store in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. It's called Rudy's Unlimited. They kind of have a little bit of everything, you know. They were nice enough to let me put my product in there. I have it at another place in Winchester, Kentucky, where I'm at. It's called Full Circle Market. And they're kind of like a health food store, but they have a really nice pet section. And out of that store, I actually got my first reorder for my product. So it's actually moving pretty well in that location. And let me see. Oh yeah, nice. And I just put it in a gas station too. It's over. Yeah, I mean, look, why not?
You're all over the place. That's awesome, man. That's great.
Yeah. It's actually a really popular gas station here in Winchester because they sell a lot of winning lottery tickets. So people are in there all the time. Like seriously, like if you go to their Facebook feed, like every day, $500 winner, $1,000 winner, like nonstop. So wow. They were nice enough to let me put my product in there. I think that might be it right now. Yeah, it's like 6 or 7, but yeah, and then also, you know, I'll just hit up as many of these little festivals as I can. You know, I just got done doing Mount Sterling Court Days, which is a long-running festival. Ever since like the 1800s, they've been having this thing. So wow. Huge turnout. I was able to move quite a few units out of there. I just did a little fall festival for my hometown of Wolfe County, Kentucky, which is, I don't know if y'all have heard of Natural Bridge, but it's in that area. It's just a popular, it's like the Gorge. It's like a popular area here in Kentucky. But yeah, I just did that, did really well. So, you know, hey, I'm just trying to grind and get the out.
No, totally. So you're in a lot of different like retail locations. How did you get there? Do you call them? Do you do like personal outreach? Do you find out who the manager is? Do you kind of stalk them for a while? How do you get in there?
Yeah, well, you know, almost all of these, except for the exception of one, I just walk right in there. And I'm like, hey, my name's Stevie Evans. I'm with Big Bentley's Pet Supply. This is my product. It's local. You know, I can get it to you. You know, basically no risk. You know, I just kind of give them my pitch, and it, you know, probably 8 times out of 10, it usually works.
Really?
You don't ask, you don't get.
So right.
So the sales model with those retail locations, if I can ask. Now, do you sell to them in wholesale, or do you sell in like a consignment kind of thing?
Well, so it's a mix. So, for instance, Pet Wants J-Town. I went in there. It was totally random. I was visiting my sister. I had a couple spray bottles with me of my stain remover, and I went right in there, and he said, okay, I'll take 12 bottles. And he purchased 12 spray bottles right there and started selling them. Now, another location, so I've got it in... it's called Candles, Clothes, and Beyond. So literally, it's kind of like a mini Target. They just sell everything. They sell toys, you know, clothes, candles, you know, video game systems, like just a bunch of random, you know, items. And you know, I went in there on consignment. So you know, when the product sells, you know, they'll cut me a check and then they keep what's left. So you know, as far as like risk to the business owner, it really isn't any when it comes to consignment.
Yeah, they're coming off of shelf space.
Right,
they're coming off of shelf space, and you know that's their investment is shelf space.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a good format. It's great that you offer that choice to them. It's probably going to make you. Well, I mean, we've listened to him talk. I mean, I'm sitting here going, man, he just started this in early 2021. Yeah. Didn't launch the product for sale till what'd you say, July?
Yeah.
And you're already in so many.
I mean,
that's some good growth.
And you know this it's the you don't ask, you don't get. You know, we've talked about it on the podcast before where nobody's going to care about your business the way that you do.
Right.
And Stevie's out there kicking butt, taking names for his business. this is what you could be doing too. So we had Shannon Black here, who is another YouTuber as well. He does outdoor life, fishing and hunting. And he said that he actually goes backpacking at the gorge there. So
Okay.
And Shannon's another one of those people to get out there and pushes his brand. His is a entertainment brand, yours is a physical product brand, but man, you're off to the races.
Yeah.
So Shannon Black he's kind of an outdoorsman. So everybody, watching and listening, check out his YouTube channel, Real Life Outdoors with Shannon Black, and he does a lot of fishing. And I imagine he comes home not smelling super great. Would your spray take out the fishy smell that he probably brings home every day?
Yes.
Shannon, you're in luck.
I'll say you're shaking my head no. I'm like,
absolutely,
dude.
absolutely. Hey, if he will get a bottle, I'm telling you, just spray it on your clothes because it's great for soft surfaces. So if you just saturate whatever you want to clean and let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, it'll take the odor away.
There you go.
Hey, Wes, what episode are we on tonight?
We're on episode 69. So Stevie Evans getting the big 69 tonight.
Excellent.
So he's really glad he came on the show tonight.
One of the questions we had was, the reception of his customers, but I'm just thinking that that's superfluous at this point. Clearly, the reception on the product has been amazing.
Hey, it actually has, just for example, my car broke down, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm in the parking lot just kind of waiting on them to tell me something. So I'm just kind of standing there, and an older gentleman drove up in a pretty new truck. It's like a Chevy, it's a Chevy 1500. It's a newer model one. I don't know. It might have been like a maybe like a 2021 maybe. But anyway, so he was talking about how he loves that truck and loves to keep it clean. So I struck up a conversation with him. And I was like, man, my product is right down the road. It's a great car interior cleaner. Believe it or not, I said it's branded in the pet market, but it is great for soft surface cleaning because he had cloth seats in his car.
Mm-hmm.
And he went down to the market, that Full Circle Market where I had it, and actually bought a bottle.
Oh, wow.
And then I got a call from the owner of the business, and she said, Stevie, when normally when people, put a product in my store, they just kind of forget about it. Like they don't follow up on it. They don't do anything. But you're actually sending new customers into my store that's never even been in here before. And so I'm constantly just trying to build and get people to use the product. Yep. Once they use it, I got them, because it really does work. It legitimately works. So
I need my drunken napkins. Where are my drunken napkins?
So Stevie, you may not know this. When guys tend to drink too much in bars at 2 a.m., we like to draw things on napkins that we think make sense at the time and end up looking like
they make sense all the time.
Like really terrible football plays with X's and zeros and arrows going everywhere. Yeah. And this guy is notorious for it. He does it all the time. So you might be getting a napkin drawing here soon about.
I mean, you've got the funnel. You're building the funnel. You're filling the hopper.
Yeah.
And it's just coming down. So we've talked about this quite a bit about how filling that hopper, and you're out there constantly doing the marketing of your product, so that when the sales part of it comes. So if you went out there and you were just being a salesman, that's going to be tough.
Right.
But you're out there marketing it, and you're letting the sales take care of it at the convenience shop, at this store over here. Mm-hmm. Soon you're going to have the virtual presence. You're going to let those things take care of the sales end of it. And you're out there pushing marketing. And you know what? I'm a sales guy. I'm going to tell you right now, I want my marketing team working 10 times harder than I am, because that means my job is cake.
Yeah. Well, and another part of this too, I mean, you're doing a lot of legwork too. You said you're going to markets and festivals, things like that. So you're actually out there talking to people all the time. Yes. You're actually out there demonstrating the product to people, in addition to a certain degree of selling. But it's mostly about building up the brand, right? And how you're getting a lot of good reception there. We got some feedback from David. I see some hand gestures going on. What's happening here? What are you doing?
When you go to these festivals, do you use the little ShamWow headset with the microphone?
You got to get the sham.
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
No, I don't. I'm just kidding.
ShamWow guy, you're out of work. You now must bequeath your equipment.
Hey, David.
The little headset, the microphone. Yeah, I know.
I think the ShamWow guy's in prison.
I know.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I think he is.
He's already out of work.
Is. Yeah, not for. Yeah. You know what? Let's just not say the word ShamWow on here anymore. It's probably not good.
Well, it was basically just a regular car shammy. I mean, you can get them at literally any car store. That's all it was. So.
Well, yeah.
But it was marketing.
But he sold it.
But it was great marketing.
Yes, it was.
So Stevie, how are the festivals and markets and things like that going for you when you're out there?
Well, yeah, they're going really good, and for the most part, I don't really have to say much to get the person over, because they see the banner, they see kind of like my before and after pictures, and because I got a little tagline that I made up. It's called "Bottled in the Bluegrass," so that indicates that it's a local product. And, it brings them over, and then everybody's got a smelly dog, and they pee on the ground and all this stuff. So.
Bottled in the bluegrass.
Oh, I was going to say, it's bourbon. I mean, I'm happy about it. I just don't know why. Okay.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, in being in the pet market, a lot of folks have pets, and when they see somebody selling pet supplies, they're intrigued. And then it's up to me just to let them know, what it is, what you use it for. And it pretty much, I mean, it kind of, I'm not going to sell itself. I mean, it's not like something like that. But at the same time, people are looking for that type of product all the time.
Oh, no, totally. And in fact, I have some stats here about pet ownership in the States right now. So 2020 was huge for people buying pets. So this is from petfoodprocessing.net. I can find out exactly where they pulled these stats from. Currently in the U.S., Packaging Facts estimate that 54% of the population owns at least one pet. Of these households, 44% of those are dogs. And
wow.
I mean, those are huge numbers. Here's another one from the American Pet Products Association. Here's another one from the American Pet Products Association. So let's see. Here are National Pet Owners Survey statistics. Pet owners. 69% of households own dogs. 45% own cats. And look, cat smell it's a meme and a joke for a real thing. So that's totally shit. And these are real numbers. And actually, I'll send you a link to this, Steve. This could actually help with some of your marketing, because it also gives statistics on generations, like Gen Z, millennials, baby boomers, the percentages of the pets they own, the amounts and types of products that they're buying annually. And 2020 was huge. The pet ownership rates rose by more than 10% above their regular growth just in 2020, because people were stuck at home. They want the companionship. They go and they adopt a dog. Now that's leading to other concerns. But look, a lot more people have pets now than they did a year and a half ago. And they need products like yours.
Right. And I'm just kind of getting going at this, but I want to not only sell folks my products, but I really want to get out there and donate to animal shelters and different stuff like that. Like I would love to do like a promotion, like Bomba socks, right?
Yeah.
You heard of them? Okay. So every time you buy a pair of socks, they donate a pair of socks to a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking of doing like something similar. Nice. Now you just need a bottle of big Bentleys right there. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, get rid of that dog smell. David, you're on mute. David, you're muted. There you go.
Yes, I'm muted. There's the puppy dog.
Yes,
indeed.
Oh.
So speaking of which, Stevie, I understand Big Bentley is named after your recently passed Great Dane.
Yes. I my dog Bentley is a Great Dane. You know, their life expectancy is between like 6 and 10 years.
Yeah.
He fell 1 month short of being 10 years old. And yeah, so, but I mean, man, he was just such a great dog and was basically with us. You know, I got married in 2011. We got him in 2011 and had him ever since, like the whole time. So just a great dog. And yeah, and I was able to when I made my own company, I was able to name it after him. So that's where I got Big Bentley's Pet Supply from, was from him, and the silhouette of my logo is him. So I was happy I could do that.
Sounds awfully familiar.
That is, well, yeah. So what he's referencing is the pet treat company that I'm starting. It's called Underdog, and our logo has a dog, and it's the silhouette of my dog. So,
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna show your dog here.
So
Here we go. So
it's very important,
Bentley.
Stevie, that even though West has done all this stuff for his dog doesn't care a pickle about him.
That's a big. By the way, I'm looking at the photo of your dog with its hands on your shoulders right now.
Yes.
That is a gigantic. Great Danes are big, but that is a gigantic
Yes.
dog, or you're a little tiny person.
Look at you.
No. I'm 5'10", so I'm not super short.
That little puppy.
Wow.
So
Yeah, the world's seeing it right now. That is he's a great looking dog. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. That's a dog. That's a puppy dog right there.
Yeah, he was literally, I don't even think he was 1 yet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He was like, he might have just turned 1, or he was like a few months before turning 1.
Yeah. That's
Crazy.
awesome. Love it. That is
Wow.
so good inspiration for a company there, though. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so let me ask, what are the benefits of your product over like your competition? What would you? Why are you better?
Okay, well, so mine is actually truly better, and the main reason is I make it in pretty small batches, so you can kind of relate it. You can kind of relate it to bourbon. You know, we're talking about Kentucky bourbon, and showing our products over here.
There you go. We're always talking about bourbon.
Yeah, exactly. So what that does is that increases the potency of the enzyme per spray bottle. So if you get So if you get a big company, I don't know, you could say Nature's Miracle, Scout's Honor, all the big names that you can think of.
Formula 409.
Right. They're making their batches in like 100-gallon to 200-gallon batches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making mine in like a 4-gallon batch. So so basically that helps increase the potency of the product. That's number one. Number two is, it's safe for kids and pets, which I'm sure other ones are too. But mine is a bioenzymatic, so it doesn't use like any type of oxy formula or anything like another company might use. It's not like a powder, so they can't like sniff it off the carpet or anything like that.
Right.
It literally it soaks in to the carpet padding, and literally just kind of pulls out the stain and the odor that gets trapped in the carpet pad. And another thing is, it's local. I know that's not like a super great thing as far as like, people really don't care on a nation scale.
I think,
but when we're talking about, it's a local product,
mm-hmm.
and it's only going to help because I know I got to walk before I can run, but I've got really big plans for the state of Kentucky. If I can keep generating the momentum and get my sales up into where I can actually hire folks.
Kentucky, we're cleaning up your act, one dog accident at a time.
That's right.
But honestly, I know you say it doesn't matter. It might not matter as much, nationally, but I think it does. Yeah. Like, I would much rather buy a smaller brand from somebody that I know that they care about their product than some giant corporation that I'm just another number. Here's a fact not a lot of people realize. Since my products are dog treats, not a lot of people know this. More than 90% of all dog food and treats are made by 5 mega corporations. All of them in the entire world made by 5 mega corporations. And
our viewers should know this because we went over this in the past. You're being quizzed later.
Less than 10% are made by smaller companies. So I'd much rather buy from somebody local. somebody that can put face to it.
Yeah.
And I think even when you start selling, all over the country, you're going to find the exact same thing.
Okay, well, I hope so. But yeah, I mean, just those are a couple of attributes. And then, another one, it's family owned and operated. I know that term gets used, a lot by a lot of different people, but I mean, it really is. I mean, it's me and my wife, and that's pretty much it right now. I mean, that's all we need. Lord willing, I'll be able to get it bigger and be able to bring in more people. But this isn't something that that. Like I'll use Nature's Miracle as an example. I mean, there's just a huge. I mean, they're in every store. So I mean, you'll never be able to talk to anybody from them. You'll be able to actually email me and I'll respond.
Yeah.
You can send me a message on Instagram and I'll respond. But I'm hoping one day I get so big that I don't have to talk to any of you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Little people. When you're finally big enough to outgrow the little people, you've made it.
Right.
So what is an average day when you're dealing with this business as opposed to other stuff? What does an average day look like for you?
Well, for me right now, I'll do my 9-to-5 job, and then I'll make a batch. So like I said, I'm making it in 4-gallon batches. So that will get me about 32, it'll get me about 16 spray bottles. But I've got some containers where I can make 32 at a time. And so I can formulate the product, I can label the product, and just kind of finish all my weighing and do everything. And it takes me about 2.5 to 3 hours to do that. So, if I got to come home and make product and I get off work at 3:30, 4 o'clock, after picking the kids up from daycare and stuff, I could start at, 6 o'clock. I'll probably be done about 9 p.m. And I do that a couple times a week, since I've started, and you guys know about the locations, but I've physically sold and or donated right at 250 units so far.
Wow. Oh, you said you donated some. Where do you donate these?
Yeah.
To pet shelters?
Yeah. Well, and that's another part of my business that I want people to understand too, because they continue to support it. I literally will be out there donating it. So I just donated to the Wolfe County Animal Shelter, I think 1 week ago, which Wolfe County, Kentucky, that's actually where I've lived for like the last, let me see. I lived there for about 10 years. And then I got married and I moved away. But so that's pretty much my hometown. So I donated to them. I donated to the Humane Society, Lexington Humane Society. I've donated to the Wolfe County Canine Unit. So, to the police department.
That's awesome. That's cool. No, yeah. Look, police have accidents too sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm going to continue doing stuff like that. And, get back to what I was talking about before, with the Bombas socks, they sell a pair of socks and they give away a pair of socks. So I think it would be great that every time a pet is adopted, they get a free bottle of my product, my stain remover.
I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with local rescues here in Central Ohio. Every time someone adopts a pet, they also get a bag of the treats, a full size. This is a sample. So you're going to do similar things? You've been talking to local rescues.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what I'm not there yet. I'll probably be there. I'm thinking in like a couple months. I still got to get some supplies, and I've got to, there's label design, and because to do that, I have to have a label that doesn't have a UPC code on it. I don't need it to say all the similar things as one of my bottles in a retail store.
Right.
So, once I get that all ready to go, and then kind of fill out the rest of my product line, that's something I'm going to take a deep dive into, and really focus on that aspect of it. I think it would be great, for somebody, because I want to support adoption. You know, I'm not against you buying a $1,000, $2,000 pet, but there's plenty of pets out there that need to be adopted. So I think it would be a good incentive to say, hey, you adopted a pet, here, they're going to probably make a mess in your house. Here, take a bottle of Big Bentley's pet supply.
All right, Stevie, we at this point in the conversation and the way it's gone, I'm going to need you to put on your best Bob Barker. Can you do it? Can you do it? Do you have the message?
Do you get the reference? Do you get the reference, Stevie?
Not entirely.
This is
you didn't
Bob
watch
Barker with The Price is Right.
Price
Remind you to help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered today.
He was basically a 90-year-old guy on a game show who told people to neuter their pets every episode.
Yes, every day.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. No, I can't do that. I'm not going to be able to do that right now.
That's all right. I came prepared.
Okay, I appreciate it.
So what?
I'm literally winging it.
So, not to interrupt, but I do it a lot. Pardon me, I'm French.
But
Stevie has unwittingly followed tons and tons of.
Hang on.
Oh,
we have our
gotta go on
live studio audience with us today.
Oh,
They came down to say hi. They do this every time. Sorry, Stevie.
that's all right.
These are my kids. What do you got there, Locke? What did you make?
My monster project.
You did that?
Okay.
That's incredible.
Now,
Actually, Mom helped.
Mom drew it?
Uh-huh.
Did you cut it out?
Mom drew it?
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I did cut it.
Mom drew it, or is that a picture of Mom?
Uh-oh. Ouch.
I can't.
Here we all are.
That's all the family.
Oh, I like the belly button. This monster has a belly button and tentacles. There you go. David's frozen. He doesn't know what to say. It never happens. All right, guys. Can you say goodnight?
We're on the wrong side.
You're on the wrong side. You're backwards on the screen than you are in real life.
What?
Can you believe it?
Actually, David, we're on the wrong side.
Oh no.
I am on that side, and Googie's on Actually, I am here, but Goog took my place.
What?
But it's only the camera.
Ah, that's okay. Good night, guys.
Okay.
Good night. So I can't tell if David's actually frozen or if he's just playing possum until the kids are gone. I don't know.
I don't know. Me neither.
David, if you're still there, say something. Move, man. I think he's stroking out. I don't know what's happening here. Nope, he's gone. All right, he's completely gone. So Stevie, it's just you and I right now.
All right.
So you actually have a lot put together. I mean, you're in David's screen right now. It says you're David. You're not David. I made these things ahead of time. But so do you have a background in marketing? Do you have any business experience? How did you? I mean,
well,
you put a lot of work into it. We can tell.
Well, to be completely honest with you, I've really had no sales or marketing experience. It's just kind of everything. I don't know. It kind of come natural to me. I think once I kind of got into that deodorization company I was telling you about, I just kind of realized that maybe I was kind of doing the wrong thing for a while. Maybe sales was something that I could have, went into.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if I hadn't went the pharma route, I wouldn't really have the knowledge to kind of, do the business that I'm in. So I just feel like it kind of went full circle,
Yeah, I mean that's a great point. Like, this is not the type of product that just anybody could jump into. Like, not any Joe Blow is going to jump up and say, "I'm going to make this highly formulated cleaning product."
Right.
Like, that's pretty specific.
Yeah, it really is. And man, I've just been blessed to have the experiences. Again, it ain't all been roses and daisies and all that. It's been very, very difficult. But at the same time, I went through those things and have worked these jobs that allowed me to be able to do what I'm doing now. And I'm happy to, it wasn't the best experience in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It had some good moments and some bad moments, but at the same time, it was kind of the things I had to go through in order to get to where I'm going right now. And I just feel like that it feels right, regardless if this fails or it's wildly successful. I was just glad that I could say that I did it, but I don't want to stop there, obviously. But I'm glad that I had the experiences that I've had, and to be able to just go out and give this a good shot, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Dude, you're giving it a heck of a shot. I mean, you're already in a lot of retail locations. You're getting some great feedback. That's awesome. And are you a fan of Gary Vee? This sort of Gary Vaynerchuk, this sort of motivational business speaker guy. He always talks about,
I've heard of him.
He always talks about, enjoy the journey, because it's about the journey, not the destination. And statistically, most small businesses fail. Now, here's what they don't talk about. Most small businesses fail is because the people running them give up, or they get sidetracked, or they get distracted. I mean, you are well on your way to actually making something big here. This seems to be a great product. This is awesome.
Yeah, and look, like you said, I have been able to get it in a few locations, but all it's going to take is that one big box store to give me a shot.
Well, I mean, look, honestly, I'm a fan of aiming for the stars, hitting the moon. Honestly, I would say most likely what's going to happen is you're going to see a regional store pickup. They're going to buy multiple things. You're going to go into multiple states after that. And, after that, you're going to go, regional, then national after that. Because what's going to happen is the big box stores, they're going to see you're in these regional areas, and they're going to say, well, yeah, we want a piece of that.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
So I just got to fix the cameras now because David popped back in. There we are.
I'm back.
We're good. And he's back. You okay, David?
I don't know what happened. There was a bright flash, like literally my lights in here, which I have adjusted. That's why I'm a little whited out today, is because I had them adjusted for doing some work earlier. But I've seen these things flash. I've seen my front porch flash and a couple other things just real bright. And all of a sudden, everything went, I'm done.
Well,
so
fire in the sky. I think
luckily all the surge arresters and everything done their job back on the back end. So the network went down momentarily, but we're all back up and running.
David, your network is your net worth.
Nice.
They say that.
Yes.
Sorry.
It was a net. It was a really dumb.
That's a really dumb business joke. So luckily it was on this show. So Steve, what does your current marketing plan look like? How are you marketing? How are you? Look, I hate to conflate these two things, but marketing, advertising. How are your marketing and your advertising going? What are you doing?
Well, so I'm mainly marketing, like making posts and stuff on Facebook, and doing like the promoting. You pay the $10, and then you promote it and all that stuff. So I'm kind of doing that, and then I'm just kind of stepping into the Instagram arena, and then learning that. And yeah, that's how I met you guys. And then but now I think.
Boy, am I glad I kept my comment to myself about Instagram, because then he immediately would have followed up with, "That's how I met you guys." So
I'm not for this, David. Are you
on the after show, Stevie? After the show, remind me to talk about what it was I was going to say about Instagram. But anyway,
on episode 69, David was kicked off Instagram again.
May have.
Let's move on. So are you seeing good results from your paid ads that you've been doing?
Yeah. Actually, I had one ad that was probably seen by I think it was 4,000 people. But you try to make it to where it's relevant for where I have the product in the retail store. So because where it's currently not available online, I try to market it Lexington, Winchester,
doing more
Powell County. Yeah, right. So that's where I try to keep it at. But once my website goes live, in which I'm anticipating it will be live in 2 weeks from now, give or take a day or so. Yeah, it just kind of took a while because I had one of my graphic designer people. Her name's Casey Moore. She does great work. She helped me with my logo, my label design, kind of a lot of different stuff. But she recently did my product photos for me. And so I was kind of waiting on those, and I got those over to DAT Promotional Marketing. They're the ones who build my website.
Okay.
And they're just kind of putting the finishing touches on the website now. But once I get that, then I hate to do it, to be honest with you, but I got to start making these stupid TikTok videos. It's like, like
everybody's doing it. You got to go to the.
I know.
You got to be platform agnostic. You got to go where the people are, right?
Right, exactly. And I'm a little worried about it, but at the same time, I mean, who cares? I'm not afraid to put myself out there. I'm not going to do no stupid dances, but that's kind of where I'm at.
So David's going to love this because we talk about this a lot. Is your customer avatar. So one of the things that I'll send you a link to this afterwards. So we mentioned earlier our marketing toolkit that we put together. One of the things on there that we have is our avatar builder. And your customer avatar is basically your complete customer profile. You build an entire persona of who your ideal customer is, right?
Ideal. Remember, that's very important.
Recommend building two. We recommend building your ideal customer and your anti-customer. And what you're going to do as part of this exercise is you're going to say, what platforms are they on? And you may not even know what platforms they're on until after you complete these profiles. Because you think you know who they are, but once you start filling out all the details, you're like, oh, this person's actually kind of different than I thought they were. And what you might find is your ideal customer may not be on TikTok. They might be on Facebook because there's different age demographics. There's different personality types. Your ideal customer may be, if you wanted to do things like white labeling, they might be on LinkedIn of all places. I mean, your ideal customer could be places you're not even considering right now.
So Stevie, have you heard the saying that 80% of your business is going to come from 20% of your customers?
No, I've never heard that.
Okay, this is almost we're gonna go with almost a universal truth.
Yeah.
It's not quite. Everybody can come up and say, well, in this scenario over here, I get it. In general, this is a general statement. 80% of your business is going to come from 20% of your customers. Meaning that instead of focusing, and this is where the avatar comes into so much, and it's why we talk about it so much, is that if you go to TikTok and you go to this, now you're taking what you're spending is the most valuable thing on the face of the planet, and that is your time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of TikToking and doing TikToks or I think I heard my wife and son talking about Reels or all these other things.
Well, Reels and Instagram thing.
You might be able to pick up a point over there, or once you've laid out your avatar and you find where they are, you can take your time again, which is what I said, and it doesn't change. It'll never change. The most valuable thing you will ever have is the time that you invest in it. So you will be able to invest your time specifically to that 20%, which is going to make up the largest margin of your revenue stream.
Makes sense.
So there's a philosophy, and there's actually a book that you need to look into called. So there's two books actually on the same philosophy. One that is David's fan of, which is Raving Fans.
Raving Fans,
and
yes.
The other one is
Ken Blanchard and Sheldon Bowles.
And
Raving
the other
Fans.
one is the same philosophy, different book that I'm a fan of, which is called 1,000 True Fans by I can't remember the author.
I got it here. Hold a second.
1,000 True Fans, okay. Kevin something. But the idea is, would you rather have, 10 million people who they know your name, they don't really care who you are, or 1,000 people, each of whom is willing to spend $100 on your product?
Okay. So the book's by Django Longhurst, but it's using Kevin Kelly's.
Kevin Kelly, that was the guy. Kevin Kelly.
So Kevin Kelly's the one who parcelated the idea. Django Longhurst, the one who put the actual book together. But you could both of these books are available. 1,000 True Fans and Raving Fans are available on Amazon. The Kindle price for 1,000 True Fans is $2.99. I might buy it just because it's freaking. Although it does say delivered to David's 19th Android device, so that might
Maybe that says something. You go through phones.
That does say something. I did go. I did go through phones. Although I'm thinking about buying another one here. I want the new.
I go through
one.
Halloween
That's
Tootsie
cool.
Rolls.
Yes. So yeah. So you're doing it. If you're doing so good now. Imagine you taking that, you getting on the website, getting the toolbox out, applying and this is what I was saying. Before I dropped, it was when West's in-house audio or in-house guest came in and got to say goodnight. Stevie's been following the advice and some of the principles we've laid out on this show without even knowing it, without being a follower.
No,
of the show.
he's doing great, man. Stevie, your business is
and he's
taking
doing
off.
an amazing job. So now the challenge is on him. We know he can do it. The challenge is on him now to create this avatar, to focus his business, and to push it to the next level, to where it's no longer, the next step is getting it to where it's no longer just you and your wife. Now it's, I need somebody here to fill this role so I can focus on this.
Yeah.
So I can focus on the marketing of my product or the business. Maybe you find somebody that does the marketing and you can focus on the business management of your company.
So he's already doing that. He hired a company to do his graphic design. He hired a company to do your website. You're not some dummy like this guy here. I'm pointing at myself, trying to build your own website and do the marketing and do the production yourself. I mean, that's smart. You're doing the right thing. So how did you find your marketing, your company to build your website?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. So I work with this guy at the current place that I'm at, and he just randomly he's like, "Hey Stevie, I heard you started a business," and I was like, "Yeah." I started telling him about it. He said, "My girlfriend, she builds websites," and I said, "Oh, really?" And he gave me her number, and I talked to her, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm with the DAT promotional marketing, and that's one of the services we offer." And I was like, "Great." Then she told me how much it costs, and I was like, even better. So, and so she's been working on that. And then my graphic designer person, I met this really cool dude. His name's Justin Darnell. He's out of Salyersville, Kentucky. He owns a vape shop. It's called Appalachian Smoke. Really cool dude, really funny dude. And he introduced me to Casey Morris, which is out of Barberville, Kentucky. So she's literally like for the last 4 months, she's been like my go-to person to kind of help me. I mean, she's even helped me with like infographics, just like I said, as far as my logo and my label design and the colors that I use in my, so she's been really integral, like into, helping me build the overall look and the brand. So, yeah, I'm just happy that I got linked up with her.
No, that's awesome. So just nerding out a little bit about your website. Your website's going to have e-com functionality? Going to be able to sell on your website?
Yes.
Do you know what platform they're building on? Is it WordPress based? Is it Shopify?
See, now it's not Shopify. I don't know exactly though, but it's not Shopify for sure. It's web something like. We had a video conference where she was kind of showing me the basic layout of it. And I didn't really see, and she didn't really mention what it was. But I can find out, and I can send you a message and let you know.
Curious. So no,
I'm not
I'm a nerd. That's all.
I'm not, but I can find it out.
Yeah, we are the people not being near as bad. Wes will go on the website and he'll go into he's got a little app that'll go in and read what's going on in the background and tell him what was used to put that website together.
Oh,
I have a couple plugins that actually show me all the technology you're using and all of the different applications, different ways you can use it, how much traffic you're getting through different areas. It's pretty cool. So
that sounds pretty cool.
We will talk offline. We got some stuff to talk about. But so, earlier you mentioned it wasn't all, daisies and rainbows. What are some of the big hurdles you've had to overcome? So, a lot of people think they want to start a business, and I speak from firsthand experience. Most of the time, you don't know what you don't know. Like, what was your big hurdle that you had to overcome?
Never heard you say that before, West.
Well,
that's not my catchphrase at all.
My biggest hurdle thus far in actually starting the business was probably right. Well, I'm actually going through it right now. I'm trying to get the name trademarked. Okay.
Yeah.
And every time, no matter what you're doing, they say, oh, it's COVID-19. It's pushing this back. It's doing this.
Whoa, easy now.
I've applied for my trademark back in March, like right when I started my LLC. Like that was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
And I'm still having issues getting the trademark because that's important. If I want to sell my product on Amazon, they require that.
Yeah, they sure do.
And so, and I would like to have that, avenue. I mean, I don't have to go on Amazon tomorrow, but I would like it to be an option. So,
who did you use to apply for the trademark?
Are you doing it yourself? Just going through like LegalZoom?
No, well, I started at the U.S. Patents and Trademarks Office.
Okay, so uspto.org or whatever it is.
Yeah, .gov.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, .gov. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's a step in. I mean, it has places because I've been in there in it for first-time filers and everything. So it's actually set up to be able to use. West is a huge fan of LegalZoom.com because all you do is you send them what you want, you pay them their fee, and that includes what is needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to touch it.
I can do stuff myself. I could go on to all these different platforms and do it all myself. I'd rather pay $100, maybe a couple $100, to have somebody else do it. And then they actually send me these nice printed documents with all my stuff all in order. I don't have to worry about any of it.
Yeah.
Just different.
You don't have to worry about missing
a of
or they or any of these things.
It comes down to the philosophy of like mowing your grass, right? So, let's say it takes you 3 hours to mow your grass. But your day job, you get paid what? $80 an hour at your day job. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers. Now, 80 times 3 hours, is it worth paying somebody else, to mow that grass for me? Or it's all how you want to spend your time. What is your time worth to you?
Opportunity cost.
There you go. David's he loves his little notes there. But he's right. He's totally right.
Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost comes into so many things. And Stevie, as you grow in your business, you're going to learn this. Especially right now, because you're on that cusp of it really launching and taking off. So again, it comes back to the focused avatar, which we've, again, I will say the word avatar, and there's a reason we say it so much is because it can take such a huge role in your business.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that it can. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It should take such a huge role in your business. I did one. I have 50, and this is just not to go too far off topic, and we'll get back real quick. But I have 50 some companies that I work with, and I've created avatars for every single one of them. They're not even my companies.
Well, the thing is, it's not just us, David. It's both of us worked for Fortune 50 companies where they'll spend millions of dollars with an agency who specifically deals with building these customer profiles, these avatars.
Yes.
And you look at a Walmart or a Target or any big company. I mean, they spend huge amounts of money building these customer profiles. So I highly recommend it. I'll send you a link later, Stevie. If you don't use our thing, at least go on and Google the principle of it, and you'll totally get it. But Stevie, are you getting the feeling right now that you're like right on the precipice of like really just taking off? Like, do you feel like you're just like right there? Because you're in a lot of good retail locations.
Absolutely. I mean, I can just feel it, and I'm just willing just to put myself out there at the end of the day. I feel like if I can just reach enough people and get in front of them and talk to them about it, I can sell them the product. And then I know it works so well that if they have to make a decision on if they want to buy it again or not, or go with something else, they're more than likely going to buy with what just worked for them. Plus, I'm priced very, very competitively, and I'm still making money.
What's it cost?
Okay. Wait. Stop.
All right.
Hold the phone, put on the bucket, sit down your mops, and walk away. I want to note this. It is 8:15 p.m. Stevie has been on this show for about an hour, and this is the first time that price has been brought up.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't usually talk about.
He's saying
Fair point.
he's saying he's competitively
Yeah.
priced. He's saying that he doesn't need to market on all these other levels. He is saying he's got you beat from start to finish, and at the end of it all, I'm still priced lower. That should always be
Right.
the last thing you talk about.
And that's fair. Look, you say you got a better product. You say you're local. You say that you actually care about the product. You're not some giant corporation who just pumps out a bunch of chemicals, and
Yeah.
priced to win as well. What does this cost?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now
Uh-huh.
you can get this bottle. It's a 32-ounce bottle. I'm just going to use Scout's Honor for instance. This is a similar product to them. They use a little bit different base, so the chemical compound's a little different. But a spray bottle this size is $25. Okay, $24.99. You can buy my spray bottle in store right now for $12.99.
That's like half the price.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
So now there is other companies out there like Nature's Miracle where you can buy the same size spray bottle and it's going to cost you about $17.50 to $20 per 32 ounce of this product. Okay.
Yeah.
But again, mine is $12.99. Now, my urine destroyer, because I feel like this is a more specific need. So if somebody has cat urine or dog urine that they just can't stand and want to get rid of it, I'm offering this for $14.99.
That's awesome. Look, are you going to call it Urine Destroyer?
Yes, it's called here. I don't know if you can see that, but it literally is called Urine Destroyer.
There you go.
And you can use it on human piss as well.
Hey, there's another market for you. Market to bars and pubs.
Yes. Hey, and this is not made up, but there's a lady who owns a local bar here in Paris, Kentucky, and she bought like 5 of these spray bottles.
No way. That's awesome.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Hey, there's another market for you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, I'm gonna get to my core
Yeah.
first, and then get that all nice and strong, and then I'll be able to branch off because I got to contain myself sometimes because I just don't want to get in my own way. I just kind of need to stay focused, keep building day by day, and then like those opportunities, will present themselves when it's time. And then I'll go into different markets as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So actually, this was a question I meant to ask earlier. We got sidetracked. So you're only selling in Kentucky right now. Aside from just starting local and really building those really strong grassroots, are you waiting on any kind of legal reasons why you can't sell around the country, or are you just building out from where you are?
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, because like with my day job, it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, and plus I have two small kids. I got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So
yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for me to go very far away right now.
Yeah.
But no, there's really no legal reason for me to not be able to get to an Ohio, to get down to a Tennessee, places like that, even Virginia. Those things will come. I just have to get in a little bit better position, like as far as the business goes. Then I'll be able to tap into some of those markets. I think the website it really is going to be a game changer. Once I get that going. And then it generates more revenue. Then I can take a weekend trip to Ohio. I can take that weekend trip out of state and do that.
And
you're not far off from no longer having weekend trips,
Right?
To having weekday trips, conference trips, things of that nature, which we've talked about with other parties as well. Carpet cleaning and other stuff for that. I guarantee you, there's a pet convention.
There are. If you don't, Stevie, if you don't have a list of pet conventions, I have a spreadsheet full of pet conventions that I will send to you.
Yes.
You said your website is only a couple weeks away, right?
Yes.
Hey, when that launches, do you want to come back on and talk about your website? We'll show it and show all the details on your website.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Great.
All right, reach back out to us.
Awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
You know what? I say we're going to have you back on.
Yeah.
Let's end it now.
Yeah.
getting back on when the website's on, we'll go through it then and we'll pick up. Because I mean, you're at the, we're at the what's the next step in your business and how do you plan to grow? And we're talking about that because you're right there. You're right there to where this is you're not going to be able to have a first job.
I hope so.
This is going to be your
and that's
job.
what it comes down to also is, people who start these things as sort of side gigs eventually reach to the point where you got to make a choice.
You have to make
Your
the decision,
big job or build the side gig to where it could potentially go. Man, you're on the edge. You're like razor's edge.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, I love in the pharma business, but man, I've just spent so many years making millions of dollars for everybody else.
Hey, it was millions for yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get some of that money and then help my family and then really give back to the community. That's really what I want to do.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Man, well, Stevie, hey, I tell you what, I'm going to be in touch with you after this show. And, man, once your website launches, we're going to have you back on. We're going to talk about the website. And can't wait to talk to you again. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good time.
So, I'll let you guys know. I will bring something different than my cougar bait. I'll see if I can find something else maybe something else from Kentucky. We got plenty of selection. So, but yeah, I'll shoot you a message. Hey,
you can visit the branchingoutbottleshop.com, see what they can hook you up with.
Hey, I might have to do that. Send me that in.
Oh, there you dropped it.
Man down. And if you happen to get there, you can always say hi to Barley.
Message, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Hey, Stevie, thanks a lot for joining us. Everybody watching and listening, go on Instagram and Facebook for now and check out Big Bentley's Pet Supply. The website will be up soon, and we will have Stevie Evans back on when that happens. Hey, Stevie, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Right. Thank you. All right. Bye.
See ya.
The neighborhood, I felt full funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.